I'm Prabhakar from the Delhi Entertainer. In the first episode of the things which touched our lives, we have covered about typewriting. Today, we will be talking about its twin, shorthand. Shorthand is an abbreviated symbolic writing method that increases the speed and brevity of writing compared to a longhand. Normally, a human being talks at a speed of anything between 80 to 120 words per minute. So, for anybody to take notes of it or take a dictation of it in the longhand is almost impossible. So, there has to be something which shortens the time duration of noting down something which is spoken. So, shorthand came to the rescue there. The process of writing in shorthand is called stenography, and as we all know, the people who do this are called the stenographer, who are only present at one point of time in Indian offices. There are various forms of shorthand prevalent in the history: the Greece, Chinese, Japanese, and the British. Many more may be there, but these were more popular than the other. The interest in shorthand has started sometime in 16th century, and Isaac Pitman's shorthand has come into vogue in 1837 and used by most of the English speaking countries, especially the countries ruled by Britain. It is more phonetic based, and that is the reason it's extremely popular. In India, right from British rule, stenographers have become very popular. It has become a very successful profession for those people who could not pursue other professions. Those who have discontinued their studies after say 10 plus 2 or graduation, learning typewriting and then learning shorthand has really come to a good use. I know many stenographers in 60s, 70s, and 80s who have reached top positions of being PAs and PS to the owners of the companies or managing directors or head of the departments. And if you go to government, right from section officer to the secretary or even to the ministers, they used to have large number of PAs and PS who used to have amazing speed of shorthand, and whatever they used to dictate, or even if not they are not dictating, if a stenographer is put in a meeting, they keep on continuously noting down what has been described, and after the meeting they used to transcribe that, and based on that points the minutes were made by other senior officers. So that used to be the critical role of stenographers in the offices. And even in parliament, right now in parliament, recording by audio and video is allowed. In fact, Doordarshan also telecasts the proceedings of a parliament meeting. But there was a time in 60s and 70s when there were no recording machines. There used to be some dozen parliament reporters who used to continuously write down whatever has been said in the parliament. So you see, discussions keep on happening, and long and lengthy the addresses are made, questions are asked, answers are given by the prime minister and other ministers, and all these things were continuously noted down by parliament reporters. It's almost impossible to imagine these things being done without a good stenographer. So in corporate also we used to see that the chairman and managing director and the head of the departments used to have PS and PS, and they were such indispensable and integral part of a organization that the senior management is to feel terribly handicapped without having their PA or PS around them. So stenography had a very very long history, but unfortunately, like typewriters, stenography are also disappeared with the coming into of computers, and everybody using computers, either desktops or laptops. Slowly the habit of giving dictations, then getting them transcribed, has disappeared. Earlier, what used to happen is that whenever communication has come, whether it is a government office or a private office, the first thing the senior manager is to do is to call to his PA, first of all to retrieve the documents, and going through the documents, they are simultaneously they used to give dictations which stenographer is to take, then transcribe and come to them, maybe few corrections they have to make, and again it is to be retyped. So with the computers, all this process has gone, because there is hardly any need of retrieving any data. Most of the people have the data in their desktops and laptops, so they themselves retrieve the data, number one. And computer has a great advantage of saving and making few corrections themselves, and taking a printout also. Now you find everybody is having a printer in their cabin. So all the things which the typist and stenographer used to do, now everybody from top to bottom, including the topmost people, doing themselves. So neither now people have the habit of giving a dictation, nor others have a habit of taking a dictation. So this great art of stenography has almost come to an end. Now even if I go to south, where the typing and the shorthand used to be taught in a very very systematic manner, and not only that, we used to have exams like lower and higher at different speeds for typing and at different speeds for stenography, have closed down the shops. So in fact, I specifically go and see if there are any commercial institutes which are teaching typing or shorthand. They are no more there. So this is one thing. Shorthand is one thing which has come to a complete end in our lifetimes. I have seen so many stenographers when I joined in my job, and it was such a thriving professions, and to such an extent that initially, after the independence, lot of people used to prefer an Anglo-Indian PA or a stenographer because of their being very good in English, and apart from of course shorthand. Then South Indians have dominated, and of South Indians also the Keralites have dominated this industry, and for generations their livelihood was on stenography, and lakhs and lakhs of people have a wonderful life because of this great of shorthand. And though it has almost dead, I really wish this art to be revived, because it will be useful to anybody. In fact, when I was in college, because my father was an extremely good stenographer with a very high speed of close to 180 to 200 words per minute, and he was a great teacher of shorthand. I too learned shorthand during my graduation, and let me tell you, even when I became a company secretary or a vice president, whenever I used to attend any meetings, especially board meetings, so I quietly used to note down many things in shorthand only. Maybe bullet points I used to make shorthand, and I'll tell you, it is such a useful thing for anybody, because noting down the same thing in longhand is extremely difficult. So though as a profession it has come to an end, I really wish this great art is revived and brought to usage, so that many people can get benefited. So this is all about the history of shorthand, which had a glorious past, but unfortunately has come to an end now. So next time I'll bring one more thing which has touched our lives and disappeared. Till then, goodbye. Prabhakar signing off.